A new change in the upcoming flexi-wing rules could help McLaren. Alpine is in chaos as Fabio makes even more changes, and Ferrari is bringing a new upgrade with special brake cooling. Let's get into the latest F1 news. New developments in the world of Formula One have emerged, particularly for Lewis Hamilton and Ferrari, as excitement builds up for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Despite earlier reports suggesting a significant upgrade for Ferrari's SF25 in Imola, it turns out fans might only see a small step forward. Fred Vasseur, Ferrari's team principal, dashed hopes for a major overhaul, revealing that substantial changes are not on the immediate horizon. This news has raised concerns for both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, who have openly criticized the SF25's pace following the Miami Grand Prix. In Miami, neither racer felt satisfied with the performance of their cars. While Hamilton managed to secure a third-place finish in the sprint, he faced a stark reality during the Grand Prix qualifying, where he finished 12th, unable to advance past Q2. Leclerc fared slightly better, landing in 8th position on the grid. However, the race itself revealed lingering issues. Leclerc finished 7th, while Hamilton crossed the line in 8th. Throughout the race, Hamilton's frustration was palpable, particularly in his radio messages addressing the car's lack of speed and issues with his race engineer, Riccardo Adami. After the race, Hamilton expressed his concerns to the media. He mentioned an unsettling feeling that the car had untapped potential, explaining, "I think this car really does have performance. We're just not. Something's holding us back at the moment." He elaborated that there has been a noticeable loss of performance since their outing in China, pleading for a resolution to the car's lingering problems. "I truly believe that when we fix some of the problems that we have with the car, we'll be back in the fight with the Mercedes, with the Bulls," he insisted, indicating a strong resolve to improve the situation promptly. As for the anticipated fixes, they are unlikely to appear in the immediate future at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Initial plans outlined a significant aerodynamic update led by technical director Loic Serra. However, it now seems that this major upgrade will not materialize as expected. Reports of reshaped side pods and an improved floor have also been deemed inaccurate, leading to disappointment. According to sources from the Italian publication Gazzetta dello Sport, Ferrari will bring some new elements to the race, but fans should temper their expectations as it will not be substantial. They must weigh their ambitions against the constraints of the race calendar. This calendar is particularly demanding, considering the tight schedule that brings Ferrari back to their roots at Imola, followed closely by the prestigious Monaco Grand Prix and then Spain. The pressure is compounded with the introduction of a revised technical directive aimed at limiting the effects of flexible front wings, which could further impact the team's strategies moving forward. As Ferrari continues to navigate these challenges, the spotlight remains on Lewis Hamilton and his ability to leverage any potential improvements to reclaim his competitive edge. Fans will certainly be watching closely as the team heads to Imola for what promises to be an intriguing race weekend ahead. Will Hamilton and Ferrari overcome their setbacks, or will they be forced to find a new strategy for the remainder of the season? Only time will tell. As the Ferrari team gears up for the Imola race, team principal Fred Vasseur has hinted at some critical updates to the SF25. In his own words, he stated, "There will be updates for Imola, but it's not just about development. It's about finding the best compromise with this car." The focus is on improving the car's performance in low-speed corners, an area where the team has struggled, especially compared to their performance in Miami. Vasseur indicated that with a small step planned for Imola and a subsequent update for Barcelona, it's crucial to pull everything together for optimal results. However, critics have voiced concerns about the current state of the SF25. Former Ferrari engineer Luigi Mazzola has expressed doubts about the car's potential, revealing a significant shift in the team's philosophy under Vasseur. Steering away from the question of understanding their car, the motto now suggests they are on a quest to discover missing potential. Yet, there's unease regarding whether those updates will be substantial enough to make an impact. As we move forward, the implications of these strategic developments at Ferrari are vast, raising questions about their ability to compete effectively this season. Can they address the performance gaps and deliver the results their drivers expect? Only the upcoming races will reveal how this quest for performance plays out on the track. Stay tuned for more updates as we delve deeper into the world of F1 racing. Lando Norris has recently commented on the ongoing conversation surrounding the performance narratives in Formula One, especially regarding Red Bull and their star driver, Max Verstappen. After Verstappen clinched a pole position in Miami, many are questioning how much of the car's performance can be attributed to the drivers themselves. Norris, who finished behind Verstappen during qualifying, emphasized that it's impossible to accurately assess the differences between their cars. While there are claims that McLaren's MCL39 is a dominant vehicle, Verstappen's achievement at the Miami Grand Prix raises doubts. He has secured 50% of the season's poles, though he only has one victory to his name from the Japanese Grand Prix. Norris finished right behind him in that race, demonstrating how closely matched the drivers and their cars can be at times. In the midst of celebration from Red Bull regarding Verstappen's performance, McLaren's team principal Andrea Stella has firmly rebutted the notion that their rivals are merely performing miracles with their car. He pointed out that Red Bull excels not only at building fast cars, but also in crafting narratives that play to their advantage. Stella articulated his perspective, stating that Red Bull is adept at exploiting their competitive edge, creating a storyline that elevates their performance while dismissing the impressive progress of others. However, he urged his team to focus on their own improvements instead of getting caught up in these narratives. When Norris was asked about the possibility of Verstappen getting more performance out of his car than he or his teammate, Oscar Piastri, could extract from the McLaren, he emphasized that it's difficult to gauge this accurately. He remarked that without definitive data, McLaren cannot make firm claims about their cars versus Red Bull's. Instead, he reiterated the advantage that McLaren possesses by having two fast drivers, which helps them compete effectively against others. This discussion sheds light on the competitive spirit of F1 and the intricate balance between driver skill and car performance. As the season progresses, it will be fascinating to see how each team, including McLaren, adapts and evolves, striving for greater heights on the racetrack. Stay tuned for more insights and updates as we follow this exciting season in Formula One. But the mystery doesn't stop there. McLaren's rivals have been pointing fingers, attributing their success to everything from allegedly flexible wings to tire-warming tricks and even their innovative rear brake designs. Recently, the FIA took a closer look at McLaren's braking system following their stunning 1-2 finish in Miami. According to reports, the brakes were declared legal, but their clever design left many in awe. After taking the victory in Miami, Oscar Piastri remarked that the pace of the car felt unexpected, despite having a strong car throughout the season. "I did a lot of things right today," he said, while acknowledging the role of good fortune and the sheer speed of the MCL39. He expressed a desire to replicate that performance consistently, but admitted there are still areas for improvement, both personally and as a team. Piastri currently leads the Drivers' Championship, standing 16 points ahead of his teammate Lando Norris. Meanwhile, McLaren holds a commanding 105-point lead over Mercedes in the team standings, with Red Bull trailing by 36 points. As the drama unfolds, there are whispers about McLaren's surprise outreach to Max Verstappen's camp. It seems there's much more brewing behind the scenes, including speculation surrounding Red Bull's protest against George Russell's podium finish in Miami. Stay tuned as this thrilling chapter in Formula One develops, revealing insights that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Oscar Piastri, who recently secured a fantastic win at the Miami Grand Prix. This victory highlights the strength of the McLaren MCL39, which is carving out a significant advantage over its competitors. Mercedes driver George Russell recently commented on this situation. He believes that the upcoming FIA regulations concerning flexible wings will not diminish McLaren's lead. He points out that the true strength of the MCL39 lies in its exceptional tire management, a feature that isn't expected to be affected by changes in wing flexibility tests. As we shift our focus to the current championship landscape, McLaren is truly shining. They've established a robust lead in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships, showcasing the MCL39 as the most versatile car on the grid. Meanwhile, Red Bull's Max Verstappen is facing stiff competition as he aims for a 5th consecutive driver title, all while Russell remains hot on his heels. Russell sits just 6 points behind Verstappen, having achieved podium finishes in 4 out of 6 races. Mercedes is in a fierce battle, contending for 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship. The rivalry is intensifying, especially as we gear up for the Spanish Grand Prix, where fresh technical regulations are set to come into play. These regulations, part of a revised technical directive issued by the FIA, include new front-wing flexibility tests aimed at reducing the levels of flexibility teams are currently permitted. With this change looming, all eyes are on how it will impact car performance. Early indications suggest that both McLaren and Mercedes have benefited from the most flexible front wings under the existing rules, making it key to watch how the new directive influences their performance. However, Russell remains optimistic that McLaren will retain their advantage. He stated, "The weekend in Barcelona will be interesting because of the regulation change, but the secret of McLaren lies in the tires, not in anything affected by that new rule." What exactly is this secret? A vital part of McLaren's race strategy this season has been their ability to manage tire temperatures, particularly on the rear axle. This skill has enabled them to maintain pace comparable to both Red Bull and Mercedes, especially during races with high track temperatures. The Miami Grand Prix showcased this strength, with McLaren finishing over 30 seconds ahead of Russell. Piastri confirmed that the conditions played perfectly to their strengths, noting how crucial tire management becomes as the temperature rises, making slower corners even more challenging. In fact, Piastri mentioned that while previous races had been hot, the Miami Grand Prix had the highest track temperature of the season, greatly benefiting their strategy and overall race pace. Yet, as we analyze McLaren's success, there's still the lingering question: how exactly are they maintaining such effective tire temperatures? This aspect of performance will be critical for their rivals to decipher, especially as it could have wider implications for car designs in the upcoming F1 2026 regulations. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor these developments in Formula One. What do you think about McLaren's chances moving forward? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates and insights from the world of motorsport. As McLaren builds on its recent success, it's clear that their current advantage is prompting rival teams to rethink their strategies for the future. Mercedes and Red Bull are particularly aware that they need to elevate their performance to match McLaren's level, especially with the 2026 season creeping closer. George Russell, a key figure at Mercedes, has expressed skepticism about the potential for immediate upgrades that could bridge the gap. He stated, "We'll keep bringing upgrades, but I don't think anything will get us to McLaren's level." Despite their efforts, he admitted that Mercedes has struggled to consistently compete, being more often in the 3rd or 4th position rather than 2nd, as shown in their recent races. This sentiment was echoed by Red Bull's Christian Horner, who acknowledged McLaren's standout performance, highlighting their remarkable management of tire temperatures as a key factor in their competitiveness. The emphasis now is on narrowing the performance gap. In other news, Oscar Piastri recently made headlines with a message to Jack Doohan following Alpine's decision to swap him out for Franco Colapinto, a move that stirred discussions within the paddock. Over at Red Bull, tensions rose after they lodged a protest against George Russell's podium finish in Miami, raising questions about race regulations and team strategies. Lastly, Max Verstappen weighed in on his recent tussle with Piastri, hinting at a potential payback following their battles on track. With the stakes getting higher this season, it's evident that every race will bring more drama and intense competition. Stay tuned as we dig deeper into these stories and more from the thrilling world of Formula One. Flavio Briatore, the man behind Alpine's driver decisions, has made a bold move as he announces a 5-race audition for Franco Colapinto. This strategic pivot comes as Alpine aims for a thorough evaluation of their potential drivers leading up to the crucial Formula One season in 2026. Just last August, Jack Doohan joined Alpine as a reserve driver, taking over from Esteban Ocon in what was expected to be an exciting chapter in his career. However, after 7 races and no points scored, the team decided it was time for a change. This decision brings uncertainty for Doohan, whose contract was already rumored to be short-term, with early reports suggesting he needed to perform within a limited number of races to secure his future. Ultimately, he had 6 races to prove his worth, but now he'll step aside, at least for the time being. With Doohan out, Colapinto steps into the spotlight, but the stakes are high. He has just 5 races to showcase his talent. His debut will be at the upcoming race in Imola, which is part of a demanding triple header that includes iconic venues like Monaco and Barcelona. Following that, there will be 2 additional races in June, making it a crucial period for the young driver. However, if he doesn't deliver, he might find himself back as a reserve driver, highlighting the cutthroat nature of the sport. Alpine's announcement emphasized the need for a keen eye on their driver lineup. With the upcoming season being so pivotal, they want to make sure they are fielding their best possible duo. Briatore noted that having assessed the first races of the current season, their decision to rotate the drivers is strategic. With improvements made to the car and a tightly matched field, every ounce of performance counts. In the cutthroat world of Formula One, such dramatic changes aren't uncommon. History tells us that mid-season driver swaps can drastically alter a team's fortunes. As the young drivers push their limits, the pressure mounts, making these next 5 races a true test for Colapinto. The team's ambitions for 2026 loom large, and they must ensure they're on the right path. Briatore's approach reflects a determination to stay competitive as the landscape of Formula One continues to evolve. As we gear up for this new chapter, all eyes will be on Colapinto. How will he handle the pressure? Can he prove that the faith placed in him is well-deserved? The coming weeks are set to be a thrilling ride for both the driver and the team as they navigate the challenges ahead in pursuit of glory in Formula One. Stay tuned for updates as we follow the drama of this ongoing driver saga. The team continues to support Jack Doohan, highlighting his professional conduct throughout the current season. As they approach the next 5 races, they plan to explore new strategies, assessing their options afterward. However, the statement from Alpine did not touch on the other reserve driver, Paul Aaron, and if he might get a chance to drive in the upcoming British Grand Prix. They haven't ruled out the possibility of Doohan returning to the team either. A significant shakeup at Alpine occurred when Oliver Oakes stepped down as team principal, with the team rapidly accepting his resignation. Flavio Briatore will step in to cover Oakes' former responsibilities while continuing his advisory role. The team expressed gratitude for Oakes' contribution, which helped secure their 6th-place finish in the Constructors' Championship. While it remains uncertain whether Oakes' departure correlates with the driver change, it's noted that he publicly supported Doohan during his time in Formula One. As the transitions unfold, Franco Colapinto has been named as the new driver replacing Doohan at Alpine. Colapinto expressed enthusiasm for his new role in a statement, acknowledging the significance of the moment. Meanwhile, Doohan is keenly observing Colapinto's performance over the next 5 races, showing interest in how his replacement will adapt to the competitive environment. As we continue to follow these developments, both Jack and Franco have important moments ahead that could shape their careers in Formula One. Be sure to join us for the latest updates on this unfolding story.